right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How's everybody doing out there on this lovely Thursday afternoon? Elaine Proby here, CEO of Proby's Tax and Accounting and Tips from Elaine's Desk. All right. Welcome back. So today, guys, we're going to have a very great conversation. I'm really excited about this one, and it is unlocking self-love and 3 keys to empowerment. And the reason this is so important is because a lot of us is fighting with self-love or self-acceptance or, all this other stuff to do with how we maintain our composure and how we move forward mentally. And this is really a topic that a lot of people struggle with. Okay, so we're going to jump into this and understand what is the importance of self-love. All right, Joan, hey, thanks for jumping on here. All right, guys, this is, I think it's just very, the glare is very bad. Good afternoon, Miss Proby. Yes, good afternoon, John. Welcome back. All right, hope you had a wonderful time. Okay, guys, so let's jump right into these points today. The first one is understanding the importance of self-love. And again, like I said, a lot of people are struggling with this, right? So again, self-love, it's not just an act of self-esteem and selfishness and all that stuff. It has to do from within. It's how we accept ourselves. Let's start there, right? How we accept ourselves. So if we are not able to love ourselves, then we cannot love anyone else, right? I mean, it's just that simple. Everyone says it starts with you. It's how you take care of yourself and how you love yourself as to how you can give this love back to others, right? So you have to have a great relationship. You have to build those relationships again. And it is how people perceive you is not how people perceive you is really not what's the most important, because once you love yourself, once you feel good about yourself, it builds your confidence. This enables you to react in a positive way, and this also spread, right? Everybody will feel that. And I think it's so important because a lot of people, they feel like they have to be pleasing everyone else, but you cannot start there. You have to start within. This is the important key, starting within, okay? So self-love is starting within. I mean, I don't know how else to put this. It's not an outward situation. It has to be healthy. You have to feel it inside. And you have to know that, when you have all this outward feelings and all this negative impact and all this stuff, it has a lot to do with how you feel inside. Okay. And this is so important. It is not something that you need to do. It is a necessity. It is a necessity for you to be able to live a constructive and happy life. You have to have self-love. And we're going to talk about other points and how to take care of that and how you challenge all those thoughts that make it negative in your mind. A lot of times we are so hard on ourselves, and we're going to talk about that in the second point today. But I want you guys to understand why it's important to have self-love, period. It has a lot to do with everything. Now, I want you guys to put your thoughts in the chat here, so we could talk about some of how you guys feel about this topic that we're talking about today. Because again, everyone needs to hear this. Everyone needs to hear this. So hit like and share on this video. Let everybody get involved. All your friends, family, everyone needs to get in love here, because this is where it all starts, by loving yourself. We hear this all the time. Some of us don't even know how to do that well. So let me put this little spectacle on so I can see who is here. Lerner Smith, thank you for all of the hearts. There you go. Some love. That's right. Hey, Laverne. Hi, sis. How are you doing? Thanks for jumping in on here, guys. Hit like and share. We're talking about unlocking self-love and 3 keys to empowerment. So that's the first topic today, understanding the importance of self-love. It's not that it is, it is important, and it is a necessity, and we have to do it. Okay, so we're going to talk about some points and how we get to that place. Let's jump into our second point today. The second point is challenging self-criticism. So this is the thing. Once you are not able to love yourself, you criticize yourself, right? This is the thing, self-criticism. And how many people are guilty of self-criticism? Everybody. So you put yourself down. You put yourself down more than other people put you down, right? Why? Because sometimes you hold yourself to such high esteem and you don't feel like you're reaching those goals. So you criticize yourself. You put yourself down. And a lot of times this is where it starts. And it's okay for you to hold yourself to a set of standards. It's very good to do that. But a lot of times it's negative, because if you don't reach those standards, you start crucifying yourself. Because you start crucifying yourself. This is not good. So again, when you hold yourself to a set of standards, guys, make sure you're being realistic. There's goals that you can reach, because if you set those standards here and you don't meet those standards, again, you put yourself down, you start criticizing yourself, you start thinking that you're not able to do these things. Some people feel like they're not worthy of certain things. See, we do a lot of this. And a lot of times it comes from us more so than anyone else, okay? Other people may say, oh, okay, that's a great job you did. But to you, you didn't fulfill those goals and aspirations. So you start criticizing yourself, and you don't feel like you have done such a good job, right? We have to stop doing that. This is just horrible. Nothing is perfect. You have to be able to accept imperfection. It's not going to be perfect, right? It's not going to be perfect. All right. So make sure that you're not expecting everything to come out perfect. And I know I'm talking to some of you guys out there. You think that everything has to be perfect. It's not. It's okay to be imperfect. Very, very, very important. Sometimes you hold yourself to being fully responsible for everything. You cannot be fully responsible for everything that you have to do or everything that everyone else does. This is another way of putting yourself down and have self-criticism because you feel responsible. Something doesn't go right in your business, in your home, or wherever. You feel like, well, I should have done something about it. I should have corrected this. I should have showed them what to do. So you hold yourself to being responsible for every single thing. This is self-criticism. You cannot be responsible for everything everyone does, all right? So be mindful of that. Make sure that you stay focused all the time and not feel that you have to make everything right. All right. Make sure that you don't feel like you have to make everything right. See, all this has a lot to do with our self-esteem and our self-worth and how we love ourselves, because now we don't put ourselves out there. One of the things you have to do, be able to say no. Be able to say no. Don't put yourself in a position where you cannot say no, and then now you can't fulfill those goals. Once again, you criticize yourself because you're not able to do it. It's okay to say no. If you can't meet those needs or those requirements, say no. It's all right. And a lot of times you can't do this, right? So again, make sure that you challenge those self-criticism. When those thoughts come to mind, find out why you're entertaining those thoughts, and make sure that you do something to take care of them. Self-care is very important. That's another part, self-care. And a lot of times we don't do this, right? We don't do things to take care of ourselves mentally. This is a mental process, guys. This is a mental process. So it's unhealthy. It's unhealthy. It's not good for your health. It's not good for your mental health if, in fact, you self-criticize every single time you get a chance. So focus on the things that you do good. You're not going to be perfect at everything, but find out the thing that you do best and focus on those things. This is what you got to do. Because, look, everything you're not going to know how to do, and you're not going to make it right. So I don't know how much to put this in your head. We do this all the time. They say you are your worst critic. We do this all the time. And I can't emphasize this enough, but this is what we do. We are always condemning the things that we don't think that we have done right. All right. So leave that to everyone else. Don't do it to yourself. Right. So let's see. Lorna has a comment. Let's see. She says, challenge yourself, right? You challenge yourself. Like I said, it could be done in a very good way. Glenn Sampson, thanks for jumping on here. All right. So she said, so true, right? So, challenge yourself. It's okay to challenge yourself, right? But again, set realistic goals. Set realistic goals, because what happens once you challenge yourself, it's good when you set those goals, so you challenge yourself. But a lot of times you don't want to criticize yourself if you don't meet those expectations. Make it realistic. This is the point, right? Make it realistic. All right. So some people are terrified of failing, so they don't even want to set the goals. So they already put themselves down. They already criticize themselves. I'm already not going to be able to do that. So you already told yourself all these negative things. So because you're afraid to fail. So you're not even going to do it. But like Lauren says, challenge yourself, set the goals, but make them realistic. That's the key, though. Make sure it's something that you can reach, so that you're not feeling so terrible if you didn't make those goals. All right. Be mindful of your actions. Be mindful of your actions. This has a lot to do with your self self-love. Be mindful of your actions. And again, it's all within, it's all how you carry out those actions, it's all how you feel about it. A lot of times, again, I don't know how else to say this, people really are not the ones who are being critical. They say we are our worst critic, and that is true. That is very true, right? So that's my second point. Challenge self-criticism and quit doing it to yourself, okay? Now, hit like and share on this video, guys. Very important. Unlocking self-love. 3 keys to empowerment. We have to be able to empower ourselves so that we can have more self-love in order for us to be able to love anyone else, right? If you don't love yourself, you can't love anybody else. All right, so let's go to our third point today, cultivating self-worth. Now, this is very important. Self-worth, self-esteem. How do you create self-worth, right? So, guys, you have to be able to be compassionate, right? You have to be compassionate. You have to accept yourself for who you are. Let's start there. Accept yourself for who you are, right? Yes, we could probably create what we thought we should be and who we thought we should, become and all this other stuff. But you have to start by accepting yourself for who you are, right? So if you can't accept yourself for who you are, then you don't have a place to start, right? So you have to have self-care, self-confidence. This is what it is. Again, like I said, be mindful, stay focused, and then you have to be kind to yourself. This is a part of taking that self-criticism to a whole nother level. Be kind to yourself, right? Know that you are your worst critic, and be kind to you, right? I mean, if you could be kind to everybody else, then why do we treat everybody else a different way? And when it comes to us, we're so hard. We can make excuses for everyone else in the whole entire world as to why they didn't do something. But when it comes to you, you don't do the same thing. So look, this is a part of us from our inner self, and this is where it comes from. So again, this is so important, and this is going to take us through the world. This is important. Let's see, this self-worth, self-esteem, all this stuff is what you're gonna have to live with it. You're gonna have to live with yourself if you don't live with anybody else. So cultivating self-worth, you have to make sure it's not only build positive relationships with people, learn to be assertive. You have to learn to be assertive. This has a lot to do with your self-worth, because if you are not assertive, again, you lose respect. And when you lose respect, people lose self-esteem because they feel like people are not respecting them anymore. They don't treat them right. And therefore, that has a lot to do with your whole mental state. And everything can go downhill from there, which is true. You start doubting yourself. And once you start doing that, everything goes downhill, guys. You don't want to be able to do this. You don't want to do this to yourself, right? So how we think about ourselves is how others will think about us, right? That's that third point. Self-worth is so important. Make sure that you build that, and that will take you to greater heights, because if you feel good about yourself and you feel like you're worthy of everything else, and you gain that respect and you demand that respect and you earn that respect, again, that will take you further than you think you can go. Okay, so this is where we want to go. Those are my 3 points today. Let me recap. Unlocking self-love, 3 keys to empowerment. And let's see what Miss Lerner is saying over there. What do you look spectacular on? She says, love it, turn the negative into positive. Right. Yes. That's what we got to do. Turn negative into positive. And so let's recap these 3 things, guys. Unlocking self-love, 3 keys to empowerment. And again, the first point is understanding the importance of self-love. Very important. It is a necessity. It's not just something we need to do. We have to do this. We just have to do this. And we have a bunch of folks over here at IG. All right, thank you guys for jumping on here. So yeah, it's very important to love yourself. Again, recognize your worth. You need to recognize your worth. You can't wait for somebody else to give you praises and say what you need to know. This you need to know what you are worth, guys. This is where you start from within, and don't wait for somebody else to praise you and put you on that pedestal. You don't need to wait for that. And hey, Auntie, hey, ZB. What's up, ZB there? All right, thanks for jumping on here. All right, guys, so the second point today, challenging self-criticism. When you have those thoughts that comes into your head where you are criticizing yourself every single time, get rid of those thoughts. You know what I mean? Find out where they're coming from. Write it down and see, okay, why am I thinking this way? What are these thoughts coming from? Why am I, why am I entertaining these thoughts? That's the whole thing. Write them down, get them out of your head and figure it out, work on it, okay? And then just make sure that the goals that you're set, the expectations that you're set, is very realistic that you can meet, so you don't feel not worthy of yourself if you don't reach those goals. All right. And every step, and this is my thing, every step that you make forward, you have gotten someplace, right? Farther than you were the day before. You're not going to get it all in one day. So quit criticizing yourself if you don't get there in one day, okay? Or whatever time you set. Third point, guys, cultivating self-worth. Again, self-worth, sometimes it's not self-esteem. It's a little bit different from that. Build positive relationships, be kind to yourself, learn to be assertive. And one of the biggest things is learn how to say no, because when we put ourselves in a position where we say yes and we put these demands on ourselves, we can't meet those goals, then we start feeling badly. And once again, we go into a negative state of mind. This again will kill your self-confidence. This will definitely destroy you mentally. And once you start feeling worthless to yourself, right? To everybody else, you're probably fine. But to you, if you start feeling worthless to yourself, then of course it's not going to help anyone else around you. If you don't love yourself, you can't love anybody else. That is true. Okay, so those are my 3 points today. That's my recap. That brings me back, guys, to elainesdesk.com. elainesdesk.com. I want you guys to go there. There's so many great stuff at elainesdesk.com. Go and check out our blog page. There's great information there. There's all these wonderful videos about your finances, your business, if you haven't gotten started yet. If you have started it, taking it to another level, we all need different streams of income. So this allows you to get different streams of income. God forbid something happened in one place, you still have money coming in. There's a lot of information there. And once again, if you're a little confused and if you need some more explanation, go to probiztax.com. There's a calendar there. Book yourself a 15-minute free consultation and or call me at 323-290-9034. Book yourself a free 15-minute consultation. I'll be happy to clarify any questions that you have, any concerns that you have. If you need to get some fire up onto you guys, go to probiztax.com and book a 15-minute free consultation. I'll be happy to talk to you. And once again, I cannot leave without saying there's no October 15th deadline for taxes. You guys, you got to file them taxes. October 15th is coming up right around the corner. If you haven't got them filed yet, file them by October 15th or as soon as possible thereafter, because the penalty grows by the day, it grows by the month. So if you haven't filed those taxes, get them done. Probiz Tax and Accounting can assist you with that process. If you get in there early, guys, we can get it done for you. There are a lot of qualified professionals that's at Probiz Tax and Accounting that can assist you with that process. Anywhere you are, in the comfort of your own home or office, everything is done virtually. Okay, so give us a call at 323-290-9034. That sounds like a commercial. Let me see what Joan put on here. Thanks for the great advice. All right, thanks, Joan. Thanks for looking in. Thank you for sharing your knowledge with us every Tuesday and Thursday. Thank you, Lorna Smith. Appreciate that. Thank you, guys, and IG for jumping in here. All right, guys, with that said, every Tuesday and Thursday, we're here with great information. You guys jump in here, make sure all your friends get this info. And there's another, I have to put this on because I can't even see this. Great forum to expand your knowledge for both business and personal. Surely appreciate this. All right. Thank you, Glenn Sampson. Thanks for jumping in. Really do appreciate it, guys. Once again, hit like and share this video. And with that said, I want you guys to have a wonderful rest of your Thursday afternoon. We do this every Tuesday and Thursday. Wonderful rest of your Thursday afternoon. We're at the end of this week. So you guys have a wonderful and fabulous weekend. And I will see you guys back here next Tuesday. And with that said, take care of each other and take care of yourself. Thanks. Bye-bye.